And we live. What's going on, everybody? In the background, man, this was supposed to be the time where we had I'm recording a show not too far from now with a couple guests that I will unveil a little bit later to open up my show. But dog, man, it was some crazy stuff on the timeline today, man. It had to be addressed. I had two people cancel on me. Somebody tore an Achilles. Somebody was in the ER. Another person that fell through the ceiling. People got responsibilities all across the board today. But no, man, we here. Yo, man, shout out to my dog Five, man. Hope he all right, man. That's I don't know if you talked to him, man. At some point, hit him up, bro.
Shit.
Yeah. But now, man, we live, man. We gonna talk a little bit about BI, man. There was, and this gonna be really short. But before we do that, my dog Cheddar Chaz is here. I gotta tell you, congratulations, bro. What's up, man?
I appreciate it, brother. I appreciate it, man. I'm happy to be down, man. Just we already always talking and vibing anyway, so it always made sense to just make it official, man. It always made sense.
So if y'all don't know exactly what I'm talking about here, Chaz has joined Boo Crew Media. I think you guys have seen a couple, or if you haven't, a couple hot takes. I don't know everything he's going to be doing, but he already been kind of like a member anyway, man. He's been on more podcasts than me lately in regards to the team, man. So, man, I hope we can continue this up, man, and make this fun, man. So tune in. Everett, what's up, man? Josh, what's good?
What up, man? What up, Josh?
So the reason that we're doing this here is there is a basketball. I mean, I guess at this point he's also a novelist, but Seth Partnow of The Athletic, who actually I think has a really good basketball mind. I do believe that he watches a lot of basketball. He's very good with numbers and analytics. And Chaz, I don't know if you're familiar with the rankings list that he puts together, but basically, he ranks players, and some of it is projection based, some of it is based off of what they've done last year in tiers. So
okay,
you can put players, wherever you believe that they should go, and he'll explain for each player in an article why he has them where they're at. So it's not necessarily random, and it's not a situation in where I won't say he didn't do his research and his theory isn't necessarily in his mind doesn't make sense. But
right,
this shit is crazy. Let's go. I'm gonna put this on the screen so you can see exactly what I'm talking about. And give me a second. We're gonna disappear a little bit. So here it is. So he's in a tier. You can see that. You see that on the screen, Chad?
Yeah, I see it.
All right. Okay. We're gonna read this list together of people that are supposedly in the same tier as a basketball player as Brandon Xavier Ingram, Al Horford.
Am I supposed to say? Wait, you want me to go?
No.
I just want to reaction. Do I agree?
No. You don't have to agree. You can tell me who you agree with after we go down this list, but I want you. I just want to see your face as I say these people. You heard me? So Al Horford, Andrew Wiggins, champion Andrew Wiggins, Darius Garland, DeAndre Ayton, your boy DeJounte Murray, Desmond Bain, Domantas Sabonis, Dorian Finney-Smith, Evan Mobley, Fred VanVleet, Jalen Brunson, Jared Allen, Marcus Smart, Mikal Bridges, OG Anunoby, and Robert Williams III. No, yeah, let's take this off now. We can take that off. Now, but wait though, we're not done. As I drop my phone, he has reasoning behind it. I want to give you the full scope here, brother, so you can tell me about it. Okay, because nobody deserves to have their opinion destroyed without proper context.
Right.
right? Okay, so I mean that's fair. So let's go through the reasoning behind it. He says it may seem odd that DeJounte Murray, coming off his first All-Star appearance, and Brandon Ingram, only a few years removed from his own lone selection, are shunted slightly below the star tiers of 1, 2, and 3. Both are close to that level, but have yet to show that they can match his own production with driving team success. They rated highly in impact metrics such as EPM a year ago, but it was easily the best season for both. Moreover, they have questions as to how well their game translates to better teams. He goes into 3-point percentage, talks about how Ingram shot last year. He said, neither is quite good enough as a primary offensive engine to fill that role for a top team, but there remains unanswered questions about the degree in which they lose effectiveness to taking off ball. Ingram has never messed well, particularly with Zion Williamson, especially defensively. In the limited time the two have shared the court, his ability to do so will be vital for the Pelicans to build on their strong end to last season.
Well, man, and see this, that list. I really only saw a couple of names to where I would be like, nah, like, and that would be Robert Williams. No, he got to get out of here. And arguably, well, not arguably, but Marcus Smart, you got to get out of here. And if we base it on present, Al Horford got to get out of here. Andrew Wiggins, it's hard to argue against Andrew Wiggins because he had such an impact in the finals. But we all know his All-Star was based on, like some gimmick type shit.
Okay, being on a winning team.
You
riding with Dorian Finney-Smith?
Oh, nah, he got to get out of here too.
Oh, okay.
Too. But the thing, and it's funny that this list came out today because I was watching Brandon's season highlights last night, and it included his playoff highlights. It's gonna sound messed up, but it's Brandon's own fault. It's Brandon's own fault for the disrespect he receives. And I say that because, now this isn't his fault necessarily. His play style can be a little like, whatever. Because, the 3-point shooting is still like probably the most exciting in the game outside of a slam dunk. Now, Brandon does dunk, he does do it occasionally.
And now I am by myself. God damn it, Chaz. While we figure out what's going on, he's back. There we go.
Oh, that was me that went out?
I'm not sure, but you here though. Go ahead.
All right. Every time BI get going, like a 3-4 game stretch, he gets hurt. So you're not really seeing BI put together those, 7-8 game in a row stretches averaging 30 points that the league would really take notice. You know what I'm saying? I think DeJounte a hell of a player, and I think a lot of these guys, like you look at Memphis, this is what, second year going to playoffs, like back-to-back years.
Yeah.
So, some of them dudes just got a bigger platform and a bigger spotlight, and when you're a contributor to like a top 5 team, like Bane is, I think you'll get more benefit of the doubt than a BI would. Sadly. Now, for as talent levels and ceilings, guy's head and shoulders above most people on that list. But the resume is, I think, if he going off the resume, then it's like, I don't know.
Oh, I don't. Okay, even if you think as players, right? Even if you think as players, some of these guys' skill sets, if you think that they compare,
right?
If we throw them into like proper context tells you, okay, for example, you're not talking about many quote unquote lifters, like team lifters, or people that are responsible or have had to be responsible in combination with the improvements. Because look, to me, even with BI having a bad 3-point shooting year, this was his best. Last season was his best season as a pro. It may not show their numbers wise, but it was his best season. You saw mentally things were different. His shot selection, where he shot the ball at, was different. His approach against elite defenders and his confidence was different, right? Like the list goes on and on. And outside of the fact he finally made the playoffs, and look,
Right.
like the team was terrible. Like when he didn't play, the Pelicans were one of the worst teams in basketball.
Right.
Like it was night and day. When he played that playoff game again, or the first playing game against the Spurs, he had missed what, like a week and a half, and he
Yeah,
came
something like
in,
that.
yeah, he came in and balled out like it was nothing, like he didn't miss any time. We have been talking for what, so that's another aspect, right? He overcame things that we had in our mind that were negative, that were things against him, right? His ability after
Right.
being hurt for a period of time, coming back, slow starts, he killed all that. Then you go from that, you get to the Spurs game. I'm sorry. After the Spurs game, the Clippers game, he turns it on, and then you go to the
Incredible
Spurs.
quarter. Incredible for it.
Right. He put the team on his back, right?
Right.
And then the Suns series spoke for itself. You go up and down the list of them, all those players that I named. There's not many people that can say like they're facing double teams nightly, like they are the guy.
Right.
And some of them, it's disrespectful to even put them on this. Why is Al Horford and Brandon Ingram on the same page to list together for any reason?
You know what it is? When I think about that list, you look at the teams that are involved, right? You got Dallas, Miami, Phoenix, Golden State, and Boston. I think the list has, and one guy from the Grizzlies. That list has some success bias. The list does have some success bias because you don't got like, that was my man. Sadiq Bey isn't on that list. Like, a lower tier guy, a guy for unsuccessful team, people like that on the list. So the list is definitely success balance. In fact, I'm saying Brandon is even oddity on the list. Just because, like, I'm like, why even think to add Brandon on this list? For any reason, be it good or bad, like it's just a strange placement. Like it just don't make no sense to me.
That's it. It's not even. Nah, go ahead.
So for us, DeJounte, and Fred VanVleet, see Brandon he's a top grade, man. He absolutely had the best year of his career this year. Us as people who watched the game for like forever, we understand that, right? But I think it's really just him staying healthy and showing out like he did in the playoffs on the big stages. Brandon have another year like he had this past year. I think you looking at him getting them Tatum comparisons. Like I'm saying, you looking at him at least he's in the conversation. This list right here I can't say it's disrespectful, but I can't say it. I don't know.
Look, like you could say. I just feel like at worst, given the benefit of doubt, and I feel like Bi get this shit every year. It's like every offseason, every year, pretty much of his career, he fighting fraud allegations. Somebody put it in the chat earlier. He fighting something. Every offseason, we having the same conversation one way or another about this dude. And it's like I'm looking at people on this list, right? Okay. If you tell me you believe Evan Mobley will be a better basketball player than Brandon Ingram going forward, I ain't mad at you. I love Evan Mobley. I love Evan Mobley. He's a guy on both sides of the floor, can do special things. He's not gonna have the ball in his hands as much as say the guy that's above him or that's also on his list, his teammate Darius Garland. So we'll see what year 2 Mobley looks like. But okay, I ain't mad at that. If you tell me you think Jalen Brunson broke out in the postseason, and you know what I'm saying, you think he's going to be a star in a guard dominant league, I don't agree with you, but okay. I
don't think I agree with that. Yeah,
but dog, he put dog. Mikal Bridges is a hell of a defender.
Yeah.
We watched the whole series with these two people going at it. I had him in a bag. What we doing?
Yeah, that's where it stops. Being a defender is like kind of where it stops. Like, this list is success bias. it's definitely success bias. Like even if like we saw the same thing happen with DeRozan before. Like this year, people were looking at DeRozan like, yo, who's this dude? This is not the dude I saw with the Spurs or the Raptors. This is another animal. Because now,
Yeah.
and he had some success with Toronto, but he was always the guy that just couldn't get it, like viewed as the guy who just like, a bridesmaid. Like, he just couldn't get it done. And so with BI, I think it's gonna take another appearance or two. Like, he just gotta prove it. He gotta go out there and make sure that there's no doubt whatsoever. To us, he might have proved it in this playoff. But that you're the number 2 pick, Andrew Wiggins the number 1 pick. That it's just you shouldn't even be in this company with some of these guys. Like
Or I mean, let's talk about Sabonis. Even if it's success based, what the hell has Sabonis won?
Yeah, he's never done anything.
What has he done in the prime of his career? He got traded.
I think is Sabonis a multi-time All-Star? Or is he a one-time All-Star?
I think he's a one-time All-Star, but I could be wrong.
Okay.
Man, bro, like I'm Jared Allen. It's 3 Cavaliers on this list, bro.
Yeah.
Shout out. I think the Cavs got a great team. Is Jared Allen? Is he in the same tier as BI? Is he lifting? I think Cleveland's defense fell apart a little bit without him when he was hurt throughout the year. But damn,
yeah,
so many people you could convince me of. But Al Horford, Dorian Finney-Smith, Robert Williams III, as great of a defender as he is, at worst, Seth Partnow got to be arrested for.
Yo, Chris, you went out. Oh, all right.
Damn, man. Is Chad still here? Chad.
I'm here. I can't hear you.
Oh. You still can't hear me?
Nah, you good. You good now.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I just, if nothing else, them 3, Al Horford, DFS, and Robert Williams III, he need to be arrested for it. That's it. I could argue almost all these other dudes, but I don't feel like it. Them 3 at worst, he got to be arrested for it.
Why do you think Brandon doesn't get the benefit of the doubt? Do you think his style of play, personality, location? Like, why do you think that? If this Brandon Ingram is on the Lakers, do you think he's a tier above on this list?
Probably, but I also think it comes down to the fact that he doesn't talk. He's not a dude right. Like you don't see him really making a bunch of remarks. He don't do interviews. He doesn't have he just hoop. And that's not attractive enough to what people are, driven by you, to where it's easy for them to hold on. Like, okay, example, his defense been talked about for a while, right? He stepped it up this year. Much better defender. I didn't watch games where I was like, damn, BI really, he really fucking his team over right now by not applying himself at work. He was a better defender, I think, by the numbers and by the eye test this year, than he's been since he's been in New Orleans. People won't even sign like DeAndre Ayton. There are teams that don't want DeAndre Ayton. DeAndre Ayton looking for a home right now.
Yeah. It's just man. Like I said, like I do think to echo an earlier point, like I do think a lot of it is Brandon, like for his personality, play style, just like that style of play on a team that isn't very successful, and like having a personality on that team, on a team that isn't very successful. It's just like BI lost his, well, I don't say lost his shoe thing with was it with Adidas or somebody expired like last year or something, year before last. We didn't really hear about him getting no new shoe deal, and it probably did happen. But it's just, I think his marketability really leads to him being like kind of paired with people like this. I mean, how many of these people on this list are super marketable? Like,
exactly. Who the fuck is signing? No, how many you buying a pair of Jared Allen shoes?
Yeah, this is like the baked chicken list. Yeah, like
you want a pair of shoes with afro sticking out of it? I don't, bro. Like what? What?
yeah, I've
Like
been looking at this list. Yeah, ain't
you
nobody.
buying
Maybe.
you buying the OG
Yeah,
Ananobi ones, bro?
yeah. This list. This is just like this is a blah list. This is the Wednesday list. It's just like it's a weird list. Like, but I really think about it, I'm like, nobody here is really. I would almost this list is based on like jersey sales. Like this is like a weird weird list. The more I look at it, like what the fuck, people.
Bro, I don't fucking get it. And look, and I don't like Bi. And here's my problem, and then we gotta wrap up.
Mm.
My problem is that people want their athletes to be about nothing but their sport, be about the grind, right? Don't be worried about what's going on. Don't be a diva. You know what I'm saying? Care
Right.
about, like, you an athlete, work hard. We want to see the videos. We want to know that you putting in,
Right.
time in your craft. And then they penalize you for it with shit like this.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because Bi is an example of that. He works his ass off. He's gotten better every year in something. And last year on the biggest stage on national TV, we used to worry about how Bi would show up and sometime on some of these national televised games. We had like those things that we talked about as Pelicans fans during this time. We ain't have to worry about that no more. He showed up in every game, pretty much.
Yeah.
I had to look over and say, "Oh, where the hell Bi? What?" And even when I did, third quarter would come around and he would take over the game. Like we saw that all year. You know what I'm saying?
Hit a couple big game winners. Like Bi had a hell of a year, man.
Yeah.
A couple of these guys, I think somebody said Murray Bi should be on this list, and I agree. I don't even think Fred VanVleet, but Fred should be. I just it's just it's a weird list. It's like it is the no personality list. That's really
it's
what it
a
is.
very weird list. It's a very weird list. I have no idea. I have
weird.
no way to explain it, no way to describe it. So that's pretty much it here, guys. This is this was it. It's saying spaces with Chris Conner. This is just me coming off the top of the head and me wanting to get Chad in here. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to DraftKings again, our sponsor. And yeah, man, until next time, check in with Chaz. Chaz, when your next hot take coming out, man? I think I saw something in the queue that I really I have a lot of mean words to say to you about, but I didn't get a chance to see it in this cool context.
I'm gonna try to put it out Thursday.
I'm cussing you out as soon as I saw it. I kind of saw the name that's involved in it, but y'all should have fun with that.
Yeah, that should be good. We'll see what happens with that one. That should be good.
All right,
man. All right, fam. Peace.